Hello, everybody. I'm Harry Donahue, along with Bill Campbell, and welcome to Temple University's McGonigal Hall. Tonight, we have the 7-0 undefeated Temple Owls, 6th ranked in the nation, against the 3-5 Scarlet Knights, an Atlantic 10 matchup tonight here in Philadelphia. And Bill, it's pretty much the matchup of the experienced Owls against the youthful and inexperienced Scarlet Knights from Rutgers.
Well, I think so, Harry. I think that sums it up very well. Rutgers is going to have its hands full. Since they built this building in December of 1969 here on North Broad Street in North Philadelphia, Temple's record is 93-9. So they're virtually unbeatable in this building. Plus, as you say, they're the number 6 team in the land. They have a rich basketball tradition. This might be the best team in Temple history.
John Chaney, coach of the Owls, has had great balance on offense. 4 of his 5 starters are in double figures, including the leading scorer, freshman Mark Macon.
The amazing thing about that is the imprint that Macon, a freshman from Saginaw, Michigan, has made on an otherwise all-veteran team. It's really amazing. We have another interesting thing here tonight. Rutgers will play man-to-man 75-80% of the time. Temple will be on a matchup zone, so it should be, hopefully, a competitive game.
All right, and for Rutgers, they're hoping a lot from a freshman, Tom Savage, who had played his first college game the other day after transferring from Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I just talked to Craig Littlepage, the Rutgers coach, about him, and even though he is a transfer, as you said, from Virginia Tech, he played very little there. So he also is an inexperienced player, and Craig's just really got his hands full tonight.
Should be an interesting one tonight. The 6th-ranked Owls against the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. We're set for tonight's tap-off here at McGonigal Hall on the campus of Temple University in Philadelphia. Welcome back to McGonigal Hall on the campus of Temple University as Temple gets set to host the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers University. Temple leading the series 14-9. The Owls are 7-0 overall, 3-0 in the Atlantic 10. Let's go to PA announcer Marv Bachrod for the starting lineups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Temple University and the Atlantic 10 present Rutgers Temple basketball. And now for the Rutgers starting lineup. At forward, a 6'5" freshman from Trenton, New Jersey, number 35, Tom Savage. The other forward, a 6'7" sophomore from Freehold, New Jersey, number 32, Lee Perry. The center, a 6'6" junior from Washington, D.C., number 24, Anthony Duckett. At guard, a 6'3" freshman from Bronx, New York, number 23, Craig Carter. The other guard, a 6'5" senior from Washington, D.C., number 30, Darren Campbell. The Rutgers head coach is Craig Littlepage. And now the Temple University starting lineup. At forward, a 6'7" junior from Morrisville High in Morrisville, Pennsylvania, number 32, Mike Breezewick. At forward, a 6'9" senior from Freehold High in Freehold, New Jersey, number 33, Tim Perry. At center, a 6'10" senior from Pedro Albizu High in Carolina, Puerto Rico, number 44, Ramon Rivas. At guard, a 6'5" freshman from Buena Vista High in Saginaw, Michigan, number 12, Mark Macon. And at guard, a 6'1" senior from West Philadelphia High, number 21, Captain Howard Evans. The Temple University head coach is John Chaney.
There you have the starting lineups. It's Temple 7-0, 6th ranked in the nation against the 3-5 Scarlet Knights of Rutgers, an Atlantic 10 matchup. And it's coming up here on the Temple University Network. In is Mickey Crowley. To the left in the center is Jerry Donaghy and Jim Huggard. To the right, the 3 officials working this matchup tonight.
You know, Harry, over the last 6 years since he's been at Temple, Chaney has richly earned a national reputation. He has a 15-year record. Chaney stayed in at Temple of 354 wins and 95 defeats. He's won 80% of his games, including a 10-year record at Chaney State that was really very, very impressive. And the Owls, 32-4 last year, are now 39-4 over the last 2 years under John Chaney. He has really done a remarkable job.
Rutgers will start just one senior. That's Darren Campbell, number 30, a 6'5" guard out of Washington, D.C. And to tap things off, it's going to be Timmy Perry for Temple. And in the middle is 6'6" Anthony Duckett for Rutgers. And the Scarlet Knights control the tap. We're underway from McGonigal Hall at Temple University. The Owls are 7-0, coming off a big win at the Sugar Bowl tournament, blowing out Southern University last week in the championship game, 84-47. The Owls showing that zone to start things off, and they will be in it all night. Shot is missed by Darren Campbell, and Mark Macon with the rebound for Temple. And here comes Howard Evans across the timeline.
The only senior in the Rutgers lineup takes the first shot of the game and misses it.
4 of these Owls averaging double figures. The leader with the ball there is Mark Macon, the freshman. Timmy Perry inside over his younger brother, Lee Perry. So Perry against Perry, and Timmy Perry got it down. And here come the Cherry and White Streamers, a tradition in Philadelphia with the Big Five schools. Temple, of course, a member of the Big Five. And there are the Perry parents, the proud parents of Tim and Lee Perry tonight. Arnie and Lee Perry out of Freehold, New Jersey. They made it down from Freehold tonight to watch their sons in action here at McGonigal Hall.
Tim Perry, the Temple senior, wears number 33. And Lee Perry for the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers wears number 32. He is a sophomore. Lee Perry is 6'7", and Tim Perry, who will go high in the NBA draft this year, a lot of people think in the first round, is 6'9".
So the Owls off to a 2-0 start. This is Craig Carter, a freshman out of the Bronx, working in the backcourt with Darren Campbell. Jump shot is no good by Lee Perry, and Howard Evans takes it away. Here come the Owls again, leading 2-0.
Temple matching up in that zone with great precision.
Grieswick forced it on the rim, and they're going to call goaltending. That ball was on the rim when it was touched by Rutgers, so Grieswick gets a break there. That was an off-balance forced shot by Mike Grieswick.
You're absolutely correct, and we'll take a look at it now. He really does force the shot all the way. Here's the replay. Is it goaltending or not? Yes, it is. He called it correctly.
So the Owls off to a 4-0 start. And working that perimeter, Tim Perry wings it into the corner. Savage for the open jump. Air ball, and Rivas has the easy rebound. And the Owls look to run again under the guardianship of Howard Evans.
Rutgers a terrible cross-court pass and then an air ball.
Rivas with great position. And a whistle. And a foul is going to be called against Temple's Ramon Rivas. His first in the game against Temple.
He and Anthony Duckett really went at it. Duckett, number 24 of Rutgers, is 6'6". And 185, and up against the 260-pound Rivas, he almost disappears into the night.
Ramon has really cut back on his personal fouls. In the first 7 games, Rivas, who has a tendency to pick them up last year, has not been disqualified once. Easy layup.
Nice
they worked
play.
The ball and got it inside, and Anthony Duckett got the easy layup.
Tom Savage made the pass, too, Harry. An excellent pass by Savage.
Howard Evans working against the pressure of Craig Carter. And another whistle, and a personal foul is going to be called against Rutgers. Timmy Perry trying to get position down there and was fouled by number 24, Anthony Duckett.
Duckett is having a very, very tough time in the man-to-man, and more often than not, he draws one of the big men, either Perry or Rivas, and he's overmatched, whichever one it is.
So we've played 2 minutes. Temple leads 4-2, and this is Howard Evans swinging at the Mike Grieswick.
And Rutgers goes zone, Harry.
Rivas can't get it to drop. And Savage has the rebound.
Immediately, Littlepage recognized the overmatched problem that he had and went into a 2-3 zone.
Carter loops it into the corner to Savage over Rivas for 3, and Howard Evans will get it in the corner. So Savage, who put up 25 shots the other day against St. Joe's, is 0 for 2 here against the Owls at the outset. Rutgers now goes back to its man-to-man.
Yes, they do. Now they go back to man-to-man.
Macon to an open Howard Evans. 3. 7-2 on Howard Evans' three-point jumper.
Howard Evans from Macon.
Craig Carter and Darren Campbell working the backcourt pass for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Once again out of position, Rivas. Perry missed the easy layup, but he got it back. Good job by Lee Perry after he missed the easy layup to get it back. Savage goes baseline over Rivas. Missed everything again. Here comes Howard Evans out of the pack. He's got Macon on the wing. Mark Macon swings it back to Howard Evans. They nearly turned it over. Temple will work that perimeter all night long. This is Mark Macon.
Temple traditionally turns the ball over fewer times than most big-time teams.
Rivas' shot is blocked by Anthony Duckett. And here come the Scarlet Knights, trailing 7-2.
Anything over 10 rebounds a game, and Chaney goes bananas.
Savage wings it over to Campbell, and his three-point jumper's good. And it's now a 7-5 Temple lead. Darren Campbell averaging almost 10 points a game. The senior out of McKinley High in Washington. Mark Macon open. That's all he needs is that brief openness. Here is Rivas. Got it down off the offensive glass.
Nice position offensively. Right there and got the offensive rebound and made it count. It's tough to move that big body when he gets that good position.
9-5 Temple leads. Savage again from distance missed. He's 0 for 4 in the early going, and Breeswick has the easy board.
Say one thing, for a newcomer, he's not bashful.
Rutgers has gotten, I think, just one offensive rebound after about 6 or 7 missed shots. Well, as I said the other day against St. Joe, Savage put it up 25 times. He had 12 points.
Savage is playing Breeswick, too, defensively, and he's moving him around a lot.
Breeswick got it.
Shot right over Savage.
Just inside the three-point line, Mike Breeswick, the second leading scorer coming into tonight's game for the Owls. The junior out of Morrisville, Pennsylvania, averaging 17 points a game.
And a streak shooter, if ever there was one.
Breeswick all over Savage in that right corner. Macon comes out now on Campbell after Campbell buried a three-pointer 2 trips ago.
Oh, good play.
Lee Curry has it stripped away by Rivas and out of bounds. 14.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Temple leads it 11-5.
Been good percentage shots, and they've made 5 of them. And Rutgers 2 for 9 with a couple of air balls thrown in there. So the shooting percentages pretty much tell the story of the game as Temple leads 11-5. Rutgers cannot afford any place, not only in this building, cannot afford to let the Owls get way out in front, 15, 20 points. If they do, it's Katie bar the door and they'll empty out the building. They've got to try to hang in there and keep that deficit out of double figures. If they get way behind, they're in for a long night.
Temple leads 11-5. We've got 14:50 left till halftime, and Rutgers inbounds under the Scarlet Knights basket. We have a replacement in the lineup. Steve Watson, sophomore out of Franklinville, New York, checks into that Rutgers lineup. He replaces Tom Savage, who had a cold shooting start for the Knights tonight.
Temple has out-rebounded the Scarlet Knights 7-3, and particularly hurt them so far on the offensive side.
Watson goes down low. The shot tipped and blocked by Timmy Curry, and the Owls have it. Duckett took that shot over Curry, and Timmy has his first block. This is Mark Macon, the sensational freshman out of Saginaw, Michigan, Buena Vista High School, leading the Owls in scoring. He's played just 7 collegiate games. He's not a redshirt freshman. Last year he was a senior in high school. Timmy Curry goes up on a jump ball, and good defense that time by the Scarlet Knights. I believe his brother Lee Curry got a hand on it, number 32.
We'll take another look at it right here. I'll tell you one thing at the other end of the floor. We'll talk about this in a moment as Perry goes banging up here against a couple of Scarlet Knight jerseys. Rutgers has wasted some good penetrating bounce passes to the paint and got nothing out of them so far.
Three-pointer by Howard Evans, and he nails it. And Temple's lead now is up to 9 at 14-5. Boy, if Howard Evans can do that, look out. It's going to be a long night for the Knights. Evans now 2 for 2 on three-pointers. Here is Darren Campbell. He's hit one from there already. And there's Timmy Curry with another Temple rebound. And Macon looks to run the floor. He's got Breeswick to his right. Curry underneath.
What a great pass from Macon. Great pass. And this is where Rutgers now is going to get himself into a lot of trouble. They trail by 11 early. 13:29 to go. Can't afford to let that happen.
It's been a Temple tempo so far. Rivas comes out against Lee Curry. This is the sophomore. Watson jump shot no good, and Rivas loses it, and it's laid up and in by Anthony Duckett.
Really worked hard for that basket. Good second effort by Duckett.
13:09 left. Temple leads 16-7. It looks like Rutgers not intent, Bill, to play with it and look for the best shot. They're firing up early in that 45-second clock range.
It kind of surprises me a little bit. Here's Breeswick, first of all. It kind of surprises me that Craig hasn't slowed the tempo down and set up.
Rivas battling underneath. He took it away from Anthony Duckett. He got the layup. So Rivas and the Owls are beating Rutgers badly off the boards, building an 18-7 lead.
Rutgers seems content to play, as you said, Harry, at Temple's pace, which is a little bit surprising.
That ball was kicked out of bounds by Mark Macon. Rivas has 4 points and 3 rebounds. Timmy Purry, 4 points and 2 boards and 1 block. Purry, of course, one of the leading shot blockers in the country a year ago, and he's right up at that pace again this year. He's blocked 8 shots in the last 3 games. Watson swings it over to Lee Purry. Duckett down low. Timmy Purry's got another block. Good job by Duckett to kick it off Purry's shin after Timmy blocked it. His second of the night.
Temple's a very difficult team to play. It can run with you. It can play the half-court game. It can set up. Very, very versatile, well-coached team.
We saw Craig Littlepage kneeling in front of the Rutgers bench. A homecoming from Craig. Of course, he played in the Philadelphia area at suburban Cheltenham High School at the University of Pennsylvania, where he also coached before going up to the Scarlet Knights 2 years ago.
It was good defense by Breeswick there. The wing of the zone did a very good job making him swing the ball.
This is Duckett over Rivas. Another air ball. That's about 4 air balls, but the rebound by Lee Purry. Duckett blocked by Timmy Purry, and here comes Macon on the break. 2 on 4. An errant shot by Mark Macon.
Well, Macon would have done well to hold that ball.
John Chaney looking for the foul.
John Chaney not very happy with the play by Macon in that particular down court.
Macon gambled and missed. Carter. Lee Purry for the layup. He got it.
And great penetration by Craig Carter.
So Carter made it happen. It's an 18-9 Temple lead with 11.5 minutes remaining. Breeswick thought about it. Now goes baseline. Watson gets the block. Nice defense by Steve Watson, the 6'9 sophomore against Mike Breeswick.
He's airballed it 4 times, and he can't score a rebound on an air ball, but it's pretty much time remaining right there is 11:28, but Rutgers shooting a little quicker than it wants to do and playing a little tight. I don't know, Harry. I think if I was playing this team, I'd walk the ball up and take my chances at a set offense and try to keep the game in the 50s or the 60s. I don't think Rutgers is going to have much chance running up and down this floor with Temple.
And they're also challenging Timmy Purry inside, and all he has is 3 blocks to show for it. We played less than 10 minutes here in the first half. Temple with the ball in a 9-point lead. Mark Macon never shy. Hit it for 3. So Mark Macon buries a 3-pointer, and the Owls lead is 21-9. Emery Ward is checked in the lineup for Rutgers number 12. Junior forward, 6'6", out of Jersey City. Carter walked as he tried to shake Macon. Jerry Donahue with the whistle, and Carter can't believe it.
That's probably really the first mistake that Carter's made in his penetration attempts. He's really done a good job dishing off and handling the ball, and that time he just flat turned it over on a walking violation, but he's really played well.
So the Owls with a 12-point lead, looking to build on that. Pressure by Carter against Howard Evans, who crosses the timeline and looks immediately for Mark Macon. Darren Campbell right on his hip. They look for the pick for Macon.
Macon was not squared up and took another off-balance shot. Macon's made 2 with a road on it. Really surprised me.
Macon is now 1 for 4 from the field. John Chaney looking on. John's wearing a sweater tonight. It's hot in here at McGonigal, and yet John's got the sweater on.
I want to see a kid who's so fundamentally sound as Macon. It surprises you when he takes a jump shot and he's not squared up.
Darren Campbell, the open man, is Carter. Breeswick got a hand on it.
Breeswick's doing a great job on the wing of that zone. It's 3 times he's had his hands on the ball.
Savage is long again, but the rebound comes to Emery Ward. This is Carter, open for the 9-footer, and he hit it.
Carter is a freshman, a 6'3" freshman from the Bronx, New York City, and I think he's doing a fine job for Craig Littlepage here against a very tough opponent.
Out of Bronx Science High in the Bronx, Greg Carter, Rivas down on the block, Lee Purry guarding, and the block there and a whistle. Emery Ward got a hand on the ball, but also a hand on Ramon Rivas. First foul against Emery Ward.
Imagine how frustrating it is to be 6'6", 6'7", and go up against this big guy. He's 255, 260 pounds, and you know you're 6'6", 6'7", and there you saw the play over again. It must be awfully frustrating. Once he gets in that paint, as Chaney says, he takes up a lot of space, an awful lot of space, and it's tough to go around him.
Ramon's like an 18-wheeler in there. He's got 5 points now as he hits the first of 2.
If he didn't contribute anything at all but his presence, it would be an intimidating factor.
He's getting a lot more minutes this year, too, because he has controlled himself in terms of personal fouls.
Yes,
perfect for the line, and Temple leads now by a dozen, 23-11, just under 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Henry Donahue and Bill Campbell with you tonight from McGonigal Hall as Temple goes against Rutgers, the Owls number 6 in the latest Associated Press poll. Timmy Purry with the defense against Number 35 for the Scarlet Knights, Tommy Savage. Savage is off to a rough start. He seems to be pressing a great deal, Bill. He's shot a couple air balls. Craig Littlepage took him out to kind of cool him down a little bit. And he comes back and he's now working 2.
Evans, who's handling the ball, is the point guard who replaces the legendary Blackwell, who was here last year. And Evans has been magnificent.
Good look inside from Evans to Mark Macon. He's hit 2 in a row, and the Owls now have a 14-point lead. Their biggest in the game, 25-11. And Craig Littlepage doesn't like the way this thing's going at all.
They can put Macon there, and you hardly notice the difference. But Macon has really made a big difference on this team, and Evans has adjusted to the point terrifically.
So Rutgers inbounds, trailing 25-11. With just over 9 minutes left in the half, it's been all tempo all the way, and Rutgers pretty much has played into the Owls' hands. Now they seem to be using more of the shot clock instead of rushing in the first 10 or 12 seconds of the 45 to get off a shot. Here goes Savage. He's been impatient all night. Got caught in the air and finally dished it back to Campbell. Plenty of time left. I'm sure Littlepage told him to use that clock a little bit more. Let's not try to play Temple's game tonight.
Those wingmen on the back line, Rivas and Grieswick, are doing some kind of job. Look at Rivas get up in the air.
Frustrating lead. Curry, the younger brother of Tim. Here's Grieswick in a hurry. No, but a whistle, and he'll go to the line.
Temple plays that back line of his own. Grieswick is the right wingman. Curry's underneath. And the big guy, Rivas, out on the left wing. How would you like to drive down the left wing and look up and see that guy?
Personal fouls against Tom Savage, and checking in for the Rutgers, replacing Lee Perry, number 24 for the Scarlet Knights, Anthony Duggins. Started tonight's ball game, checks back in. Grieswick on the line, his first trip there, and Mike hits the first of 2.
This kid led the state of Pennsylvania one year. He's from Morrisville, Pennsylvania High School. He led the state of Pennsylvania in scoring one year.
Grieswick goes 1 for 2. He has 6 points now. One of the top free throw shooters in the country is Mike Grieswick, knocking him down at 89.5%. Darren Campbell swings it into the quarter. Carter, good look.
Temple match up in that zone.
Macon comes out on Carter. This is Savage. Once again, the Knights content to work that perimeter, looking for the good one, but they trail by 15. That's the problem there. The jump shot by Savage. He misses everything again. That's about 4 air balls. He looks for the whistle. Meanwhile, Macon beats him up the floor. Mark Macon with the jump shot gives Temple a 28-11 lead.
Temple beating Rutgers down the floor almost every time now when they get a rebound like that. Rutgers just has no chance.
Craig Carter trying to get through both Evans and Grieswick. Nothing doing.
Grieswick is playing great defense. I've never seen him play better defense on the wing than he is tonight.
This is Darren Campbell for 3, and he's got it. His second three-pointer of the night. 28-14. Temple's lead at 14. Pressure now in the backcourt, and the Owls go right through it. Macon pulls up.
Let's kill this play. Temple is 1-2.
Mark Macon's on a roll. He's got 9 points, and Temple's lead is up to 16.
Did you notice the last 2 shots he took, how he squared up and made the play easily? 30-14, and here they go again inside. And they knock the ball away.
Whistle, and we're going to have a foul call here against the Temple Owls. Jimmy Huggard with the whistle.
We get to look at this play over again now. All these hands are flying through the air as Temple knocks that. Here comes Evans to help out inside with Rivas, and they commit the foul, but they cause a lot of mayhem in there. We're going to get a change now for Temple. First change coming in, Rivas is going to go out, and the big kid, Dwayne Carswell, is going to come in, 6'11", from Queens Village, New York, getting some playing time.
And sitting down next to John Chaney over there on the Temple bench is Ramon Rivas. Some reward goes to the line. And he missed the first one. It's been that kind of night here in the first half for the Temple Owls as John Chaney talks it over with his big center. 7:12 left in the first half, and Temple leads big 30-14. It stays there as Croswell pulls down the rebound. And here comes Howard Evans in no particular hurry this trip. They swing it in a hurry. Macon's open. He's short with that jump shot. Rebound to Craig Carter. And the Knights look to run. Carter goes to Duckett. Macon goes out on Campbell right by him. He's strong with it, and Coswell has his second rebound. And here comes Howard Evans leading the Temple break. Grieswick open on the wing. Once again, he rushed it, but the ball's out of bounds, knocked off Rutgers. Don't forget the next Temple home game, Thursday, January 14th. LaSalle will be at McGonigal Hall. LaSalle University will be returning tickets to Temple Wednesday. And those tickets will be on sale Thursday. For information, call 787-OWLS. That should be quite a matchup. Miles Simmons and Mark Macon.
Just based on our experience, Harry, watching Temple, they're shooting the ball a little quicker than Chaney would like. They're coming down and letting it fly.
Well, they get it up and down. Macon missed, and Oswell gets the offensive rebound in the bucket. And Temple's lead now at 18, 32-14. They're beating them in just about every dimension of the game. Bill, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, block shots, forcing the tempo.
Except for this last time down the floor, Temple has shot 3 straight times with just 1 pass. That's not Chaney basketball.
The Owls forced the long shot by Watson, and he hit it from just in time at 3-point line. So Steve Watson makes it a 32-16 Temple lead. You know, Coswell's been in the game for about, a minute and a half. He's got 3 rebounds already and 2 points. This is Mark Macon.
Rutgers is big enough to play, just very young.
Tim Curry pushed off at the open jump on the baseline and missed it. Rebound to Duckett. Watson. 5.5 minutes left in the first half. Down low, Duckett, and Tim Curry reached in front, gambled, and it paid off with the steal. And here comes Howard Evans. Evans goes right by Carter, and Carter felt it slipping away and reached in and fouled him. So the personal against Craig Carter. And Howard Evans or Mark Macon will inbound, and Craig Littlepage on the sidelines.
4th team foul on Rutgers and only 2 on Temple. Temple has been almost impeccable.
Coming into the Rutgers lineup now is Tom Everson, a sophomore out of Brentwood, New York. He is 7 feet, 220 pounds. He's the younger brother of Chuck Everson, who played on Villanova's national championship team a few years back.
Who was also a 7-footer. You got to have a lot of room in their house.
A lot of king-size beds, huh? Temple leads at 32-17 on the inbounds. Mike Griesbach takes it from Howard Evans. Rutgers back to that man-to-man. Down low, Timmy Perry with position by Everson. Yes, and he's fouled.
Great play. Great play.
Everson just into the game. Craig Littlepage, a little upset that Everson tried to reach in there late to foul Timmy Perry.
There's the play over again as Perry goes in, and he is clearly fouled and takes it right to the basket. I guess when you overmatch everybody in every area, it doesn't really matter how fast you take it down the floor and shoot it. We're getting another change for the Owls. The shooter is going to come out, I believe, and we're going to get Derek Brantley pretty soon. Perry's on the line.
So Timmy Perry tries to complete the 3-point play for Temple. You know, this is a real learning experience tonight for Littlepage's young team from Rutgers. That stat that we read off there in the beginning of the game, where Temple's won 39 of their last 40 here at McGonigal Hall and 73 of their last 75. Perry misses, and checking in is Derek Brantley for Timmy Perry. There's Derek.
Jim Boyle, who is the coach at St. Joe's, also an Atlantic 10 team. First time he ever saw Tim Perry play 3 years ago, he said, this kid's going to be the #1 draft choice in the NBA. I said, how do you know that? He said, coaches are supposed to know that.
Carter just lost the handle as he went up for the open jump shot, and he tried to get off a pass, and it just went out of bounds. It has been a frustrating first half for the Scarlet Knights, who trail 34-16 with 4 minutes and 47 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, you know, Harry, Temple's defense has much more to do with that than the offense tonight. They're playing great defense.
Carter pressuring Howard Evans, who brings it across the timeline and finds on that right wing Mike Griesbach. Look at Watson, he's on his hip. They play the double low post with Brantley on one side of the lane and Coswell on the other. They swing it, the open man is Howard Evans. Rebound Brantley, and he's going to be fouled. It's against Rutgers, and it'll send Derek Brantley to the line for 2.
In addition to leading 34-16, Temple's had about 5 in and outers. And I think you'll agree that most good offense is born of good defense, and that's what Temple's doing tonight.
No matter who John puts in there, they manage to hit the boards, and there's Brantley going up after the offensive rebound, the foul against Everson.
This is Derek Brantley to the line. He's a senior from Willingboro, New Jersey.
And Brantley hits the first.
Good steady player coming off the bench. Played well last year for John.
He is perfect on the season now, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. And the Temple lead is up to 20 points, 36-16. We've got 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first half.
Well, that's what Coach Littlepage didn't want to see happen. He didn't want to get 20 down, and that's where he is now.
Darren Campbell's hit 2 3-pointers. Watson with the reach back, and the offensive rebound and tap for Watson. Pretty athletic play by Steve Watson. Breezewick's open. That's his range. And he is fouled. He is clubbed late by Watson. That's a very foolish foul.
Foolish foul by Watson. He clubbed him from way out there. That's in his shooting range, however. It's not unusual for Breezewick to hit from there. That was a foolish foul. They could have done without that one.
So it'll send Mike Breezewick to the line. We told you already he's almost 90% free throw shooter, although he has missed one tonight.
Put him in the penalty, too, Harry. That made it doubly foolish.
With about 4 minutes left. Here's Mike Breezewick, junior out of Morrisville in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Prolific high school scorer. And Darren Pearsall, number 11, checks into Temple's lineup. He'll replace Mark Macon. You know the interesting thing about Macon? He is second behind Howard Evans in minutes played. Only a freshman, right? He has played on the average something like 37 minutes per game. Breezewick hits the second. Just under 4 minutes remaining. It's 38 for Temple, 18th at 8 o'clock.
Temple 60%. You know, you try to sneak some freshmen in the side door. Temple opened the season at Foley Pavilion against UCLA, and Mark Macon shot the ball 27 times in his first college game, so you know what they think of him.
Yeah, and he finished with 22 points. He would only score 22 points in his next 2 games as well. His high came the other night against Southern U in that championship game. At the Sugar Bowl, he had 27. Steal by Breezewick. Ahead, Evans won't go, but he's fouled.
Howie would have done better to wait up. A great steal by Breezewick. That time was on the opposite side of the court from where he usually is, and made a great steal off the front of his own. Now let's watch Breezewick is doing. Just playing great defense. Look at this steal. Breezewick's played an outstanding game, known mainly for his shooting. Howard would do better to wait here, but he takes it up and draws the foul, if nothing else. But Breezewick, Harry, as you know, is known for his shooting. He's playing great defense.
Made a nice left-handed pass that time, too. Just to control it with his left hand and get it out there ahead of Evans and lead him like he did was a nice play by Breezewick. Howard Evans leads Temple in free throw percentages.
Very impressed with Breezewick. I've never seen him play this well defensively.
Howard a perfect 2 for 2. He shoots it at 91% from the line. He has been a steady performer since coming out of West Philadelphia High School 4 years ago. It's now a 40-18 Temple lead. 3:30 left first half. Another block, this time Coswell. But it's into the hands of Everson, and he got it down.
That's Everson, a 7-footer. Coswell, 6'11". Here's pressure.
Pressure, and Bradley now is trapped, and a foul is going to be called against Lee Perry, number 32 of Rutgers. And with Temple in the penalty situation, Bradley will go to the line. So we go down the other end. The foul against Lee Perry, younger brother of Timmy Perry. Their parents watching tonight. And to the line for the Owls will go Derek Brantley. Brantley is 2 for 2 for the line tonight, 4 for 4 on the season. Derek has started 1 game for the Owls so far this season, averaging just 1 point per game. He's got twice as many already tonight. Now he's got 3 times as many for Derek Brantley. 41-20 Temple. The Owls, of course, will be tested later on with UNLV at Las Vegas and at North Carolina.
Craig Littlepage, excuse me, Harry, came to Rutgers from the University of Pennsylvania. But prior to that, he was an assistant coach at Virginia, and he was the guy who recruited Ralph Sampson.
Speaking about tests, not only outside the conference, but inside the Atlantic 10 as well, with Rhode Island, a much-improved team. That's going to be quite a game when the Owls go up there. They trailed here at halftime to Rhode Island, then came back in the second half and beat them. There's a steal. Another turnover by Breezewick into the hands of Coswell. Howard Evans looking a little out of control, but he gets it over to Breezewick. Under 3 minutes now and a half. Temple leads it by 22, 42-20.
They're really moving the ball well here. They go to the big guy inside.
Coswell with the turnaround jump shot. Wayne Coswell.
That's when Temple is at its best. When they move the ball like that around the perimeter, they take it into the big guy inside. Great ball handling team.
Lee Perry gets it out to Campbell by Breezewick. Left hand goes up, blocked for the foul. Coswell got him, sliced him as Campbell ducked underneath him. And Campbell will go to the line.
Coswell was a Proposition 48 casualty and lost all of last year. Just imagine if he'd been on the team last year. Let's look at the play over again. Turnovers, Rutgers 6, and Temple has not turned it over. Temple is a very turnover-conscious team. When it gets up around 9 or 10 for a game, Mr. Chaney becomes most unhappy.
Darren Campbell has struggled at the line, shooting 67%. He hits the first. Campbell now with 7 points. He has 2 3-pointers and that free throw. And that's what he's done on the average so far. So he goes 1 for 2, and Coswell has himself another rebound. 44-21 Temple. And Mike Frieswick fires for 3. It's long, but Brantley had it and lost it. And that jump ball. It's going to be Rutgers' ball on the possession. Mike Frieswick just airballed it there.
And how?
And here come the Scarlet Knights. Craig Carter working with Darren Campbell in that Rutgers backcourt. Temple's defense still relentless, even though the big lead at 44-21. The Owls will smother Campbell for 3, and he's got his 3rd 3-pointer. Darren Campbell.
Only 2 starters that Chaney has out there, Evans and Frieswick.
10 points now for Campbell. Carter applying the pressure, and they just get it over the 10-second line.
Almost coughed it up, did Howie.
Temple so far spotless when it comes to turnovers here in the first half. Baseline move by Brantley and a whistle and another Rutgers foul right in front of the Scarlet Knights bench. Let's see who that one's on. Number 30, I believe Darren Campbell picked it up. And checking in for Everson in the Knights lineup is Emery Ward.
Temple's been to the foul line for 13 shots, and Rutgers has only been to the foul line for 4 shots. It tells you all you need to know about who's the more aggressive of the two. Frieswick is going out of the game and gets a round of applause as well he should for the great defense he's played tonight. He's really done an outstanding job. Frieswick has triggered a lot of things for Temple.
So Frieswick checks out, and checking in is Sean Randolph, another freshman out of Saginaw, Michigan, where he teamed at Buena Vista with Mark Macon. Frieswick leads with 7 points and 2 rebounds. The miss by Brantley, and here comes Rutgers with a minute and a half to play in the half. 44-24 Temple leads. The Owls have been dominating throughout this first half. Curry's fast baseline is kicked out of bounds by Derek Brantley. Rutgers to inbound in the person of Craig Carter.
Evans now the only Temple starter still out there.
Yeah, and Howard will probably be there till he drops. Penetration and offensive foul is going to be called on Emery Ward, who can't believe it, but Jerry Donahue with the call, and the junior Ward out of Jersey City St. Mary's High picks up the foul.
That is his 2nd personal foul.
There he goes leaning in to Darren Pearsall to pick up that charge. Now the Owls beat the pressure again. Darren Pearsall. You don't want him handling the ball. Here's the guy you want to have the basketball, Howard Evans.
But he's the only ball handler left out there right now.
Sean Randolph, he hasn't played that much since checking into Temple, back in the ball, and we have a whistle now. Jimmy Huggard calls a foul right at the foul line, pushing off against Temple. Dwayne Coswell, I believe, was the guilty party. Let's check it out here on the left side, Bill, if we can see it.
There it is right there. There it is.
That is his 2nd personal
Big Coswell. There aren't any ball-handling geniuses out there now except Howie Evans. That's the only reason he's still out there for Temple. And when they get the ball, those white shirts, they're looking for somebody to handle it, and they go to Evans.
We're under a minute now in the first half. Darren Campbell is at 3 3-pointers, leading the Rutgers Scarlet Knights with 10 points. Feeds off, and Craig Carter hits the baseline jump shot.
He did a very good move to get around Brantley. Good play.
Temple's lead at 18 with half a minute remaining. Set play as Evans looks for Sean Randolph. He lost the dribble there and had to get it right back to Howard Evans.
Now he's doing the right thing. He's going to eat up some time. He doesn't want to throw it to anybody.
Shot clock is off. 20 seconds left in the half. Evans has 4 assists on the game. He leads the Owls with 8 assists per game. 10 seconds now, and Howard looks up.
I'll give you a little demonstration now why he's the leader on this team.
Now we have another clear-out foul called against Temple. This time Darren Pearsall was caught by Jerry Donahue trying to get some advantage underneath. And with 6 seconds left, it'll be Rutgers basketball under the Temple basket. So plenty of time to get off a shot here. Watson, who is a distant shooter, checks in for Rutgers here. A little chess game by Craig Littlepage in the final 6 seconds of the half. Here comes Carter. Backing up Howard Evans. Carter gets it off and in. He beat the buzzer at the half. Craig Carter over Howard Evans. And Rutgers runs off.
And just being around him has been a great experience for me.
Once a shooting whiz and star guard at Niagara, where he also coached all-time college and professional great Calvin Murphy, he has special regard for the town where he grew up.
I'm from Philadelphia. I went to Roman Catholic here in the city and was all Catholic. Then I played at Niagara University and was all-American, and I coached there as a head coach. From there I left and went to University of Maryland with Coach Dressel, and was very fortunate to be in a great program. And then I came to Temple, which was the greatest move of my life, and I'm real happy.
While Coach Chaney relies on his chief assistant's knowledge of the game, he also regards Maloney as one of the finest recruiters in the nation.
Well, I think our recruiting has taken a big step forward with Coach coming onto the scene. I think that with Coach being here and his philosophy of scheduling the top opponents, we try to play the best people in America. And because of this and being fairly successful, we've gotten on the national TV scene. And now when we go out and the recruits see Temple, they know of Coach Chaney, they know of the program. Now I think Temple basketball is seen coast to coast. I know one of my sons goes to Stanford and one to Southern Cal, and they see us out there. So I know that that it gives us a great advantage by going in recruiting and the players and the coaches and the people knowing Coach Chaney and knowing Temple basketball.
Coach Maloney's role on this year's team is a key as the Owls make adjustments in the backcourt. We'll learn more about that.
And running down on the break, he now has to come back and get the basketball, run the team, and settle the team down. And he's come a long way. He's still, we work a lot on the little things, like sometimes he'll forget and take off and leave the big guy with the ball. But I think the better he gets as a leader and running this basketball team, the better this team is going to get.
And just how does Coach Maloney regard the play and contributions from starting newcomer Mark Macon?
We lost one of the great players in Temple basketball, Nate Blackwell, and we're trying to replace him. Mark Macon has done an outstanding job. He's gaining experience, he's learning, and he certainly is coming with a lot of fundamental tools from his high school. And to get Mike to blend, to get them to blend with Mike Verizwick is a thing that takes time, because the way the Temple basketball operates on a three-man concept on the backcourt, they got to get to know each other, feel comfortable with each other, know each player's strengths and weaknesses, and just spend time in blending together. And we've been doing an excellent job of that, I think.
With the talent in the returning starters and the addition of promising newcomers, many experts believe the Owls have put together their best team ever. But Coach Maloney is quick to echo Coach Chaney's overriding philosophy.
The talent has very little to do with how successful you are at Temple in basketball. What has to do is the oneness, the togetherness, the winning. And I think Coach works very hard on that every day, working on bringing us together, having a good attitude. It's very easy to have a good attitude when things go well. But we try to look at youngsters and tell them that the character of a person and a team is only shown when you lose or you have a down thing, something happens that you're not successful. So the attitude that the players take to the floor should tell us what they are and who they are, not the wins or losses.
Temple leads Rutgers.
Here's Tim Perry makes us here at McGonigal Hall in Philadelphia as we begin the second half.
Starters for the Owls: Verizwick, Macon, Howard Evans, Rivas, and Timmy Perry, the same five that started the ball game. And the same five also lines up for Rutgers to start the second half that started the first half for Craig Littlepage. Here's Howard Evans, once again all over his Carter with a big shot at the buzzer in the first half. Timmy Perry with position inside. Timmy Perry's got it.
Nice pass for Macon, nice bounce pass right there where he can handle it knee high.
So Timmy Perry now with 8 points. And Temple's up to a 46-28 lead. Savage missed again. He's 0 for 7. And the rebound, Timmy Perry. Well, Tom Savage will be looking forward to coming back to McGonigal Hall. Verizwick for 2 inside that three-point line. Mike Verizwick nailed it.
Perry has 3 blocked shots in the game, but just 3 rebounds in the game, which is kind of surprising.
Savage goes by Verizwick on the baseline, and a blocking foul is going to be called. Timmy Perry stepped in the way of Tom Savage. So it'll be Rutgers ball under the Scarlet Knights basket. They trail 48-28. Just underway from McGonigal Hall in the second half. Harry Donahue and Bill Campbell as Temple looks to rack up its 8th straight win. Down low, Lee Perry over his brother Timmy. It won't go, and Rivas with the rebound. How many times do you suppose Lee Perry has tried to shoot against Timmy Perry?
There's Timmy missing one of the other end.
Duckett with the rebound ahead to Carter, and he nearly lost it. Retains possession. It's Campbell, and the layup and the three-point opportunity coming.
That's a nice pass. You know, Carter just made that beautiful pass. The point man for Rutgers. He went 20 minutes, all 20 minutes in the first half, and Evans, his adversary, also went 20. That was a great pass.
There's Darren Campbell as we look at it again. Carter nearly lost it and got it somehow past Howard Evans to Campbell.
Nice play.
And the left-hander from the right side got it down. Well, he missed again. They were 1 for 4 in the first half. They start off the second half from the line 0 for 1. 48-30, Temple leads. Howard Evans. They double down again, trying to set something for Mark Macon, who springs away from Timmy Perry's pick. Rieswick open for a flash. Rivas. And he's fouled.
When he gets up and gets that offensive rebounding position, it takes a truck to move him. Nobody can move him.
The foul is against Lee Perry. There he is. Second personal foul on Lee Perry, and Ramon Rivas will try to complete the three-point play.
Ramon has 5 rebounds, and 3 of them are on the offensive board.
And Ramon converts the three-point play. The Temple lead at 19 at 49-30. Carter and Darren Campbell work the back. Tom Savage across the middle, and he's called for walking, and Craig Littlepage is off the bench complaining about that. Craig can't believe they called traveling on Tom Savage.
Howard Evans called that play before Jerry Donahue did, in case Jerry needed any help.
And here come the Owls with Mark Macon. Rutgers has pressured Temple all night long, coming up to that timeline, occasionally going to the trap. Macon works and got it down, and they'll have a three-point opportunity. Mark Macon spinning his way past Darren Campbell and drew the foul and got the field goal.
Watch this kid now. Can you believe that Temple's opponents are going to have to look at this for 4 years? This is only his first year. And if he stays healthy and everything goes all right, he's going to be doing this for 4 long years in the Atlantic and elsewhere.
Macon now with 11. Yeah, elsewhere. Emphasis on the elsewhere, right?
18-year-old kid from Saginaw, Michigan. And can he ever play?
Well, McDonald's All-American a year ago, and he's lived up to all his billings in his first 7 games, leading the Owls in scoring of 21, and he now has 12 here tonight. 54-30 Temple. That's their biggest lead at 24 points.
Temple in the last year or so is a nationally recruiting team. They'll bring some good players in from around the country.
Campbell can't get the three-pointer, and Rivas snaps the rebound. And here comes Howard Evans. And Temple will go to its pattern half-court offense. Rivas. Ball was loose on the baseline. They tried to slam it off Timmy Perry, and Timmy picked it up and gives it back out to Howard Evans, and a fresh 45 for the Temple Eye.
Oh boy, Howard, he wants to run a play. He was going to put it up right away, and then he said, uh-oh, the coach is getting too close.
This is Mark Macon. Goes by Campbell, now pulls up as Campbell recovers defensively.
Wide open.
Evans. And rebound, Lee Perry. A lot of red shirts under that time. Temple not crashing the offensive boards.
Evans misses a shot like that. Chaney calls him a blank sprunner.
That's right. He and Nate Blackwell last year with a blank sprunner. Underneath Duckett is fouled as he tries to get it up. He'll go to the line for 2.
When he has an open shot like that, Evans, Chaney fully expects him to make that shot. That's his shot. John just figures he ought to bury it.
That is his
second personal on Timmy Perry. It is not a shooting foul, a blocking foul called against Timmy. And Carter will inbound to Darren Campbell for Rutgers. You know, Rutgers has been really the walking wounded. They've had several injuries deplete their roster. Underneath, good look, and Duckett can't get it down, but there's Lee Perry, and he'll have a three-point opportunity. Offensive rebound and basket, give it to number 32, Lee Perry.
He made a very, very fine play, too. Lee Perry getting some satisfaction out of kind of a grisly night. Look at the play again and watch Tim Perry's kid brother come up here with a dandy offensive rebound and go right up and make the play. Right up over Macon and made a good play.
So Lee Perry now with 4 points and 6 rebounds has a chance to add to his point total tonight. I was talking about the injuries that, as we said, Craig Littlepage. Rick Danica, one of his leading scorers at guard, is out the rest of the way with a fractured foot. Also, Ed Zucker won't play anymore. He has a back injury this season. Zucker was being counted on to be one of the leading scorers for the Knights this year. So Littlepage has really had to mend his offense and defense here in the early going, and he's doing it with youth and freshmen and sophomores all the way.
Here in this corridor on the East Coast, there are so many good schools, so many good programs, and the recruiting is very intense.
Missed shot, and Rutgers allowing Temple just the one miss. And here come the Knights. They trail 54-33. Inside, Duckett off the window and in over Ramon Rivas. Anthony Duckett from Washington, D.C. with 6 points. And here's the pressure again by the Knights.
I'll tell you, Harry, you've got to give the Knights some credit. They're hanging in there tough. They're outmanned at every opportunity, offensively and defensively. They have refused to surrender, and they're playing hard.
16 minutes remaining. Howard Evans, Frieswick. They're looking inside. They got Rivas on the left side and Timmy Curry on the right. Frieswick forced it. Oh! Oh, brother! Mike Frieswick on the seat of his pants. Watch him drop through. And Craig Littlepage says, what next?
Watch this. This is unreal. He just throws this thing up in the air as he goes crashing to the floor. And watch where this ball goes. Way, way up in the air. Watch where it ends up. Nothing but that.
I'll tell you, at the apex, that was about 4 feet above the top of the backboard.
That was unreal. And you saw the look of frustration on Craig Littlepage's face, and he earned it. You can't have things like that happen to you and have a year like Craig's having.
Frieswick probably would have made that foul shot if he had started falling backwards toward half court. He missed, and it's 56-35 Temple with 15:40 remaining in the game.
Frieswick punctuated a night in which he's been a defensive stalwart with an unbelievable shot.
Shot of the night. Baseline move missed, and Timmy Curry comes away with the rebound. That shot was taken by Miles Dixon in there now for Rutgers. Here's Howard Evans pulling up from 17, and he got it.
He made that one. Same size shot he missed just a moment ago over on the other side in front of Chaney.
So Howard now with 8. That's his first deuce in the second half. He had 2 3-pointers in the first 20 minutes. Temple's lead back up to 23.
Yeah, they match up in this zone. Nobody does it better.
Lee Purry. And Tim Purry for Temple rebounds and gives it to Howard Evans. And Howard wants to run. He's got Macon on the right wing. And there's a turnover.
3 on 1. 4 on 1.
Here comes Dixon backing up on Howard Evans. Howard stripped him and comes away with it.
Bad play. Bad play.
Here comes a 5-on-1. And Timmy Purry's got the rebound. A 5-on-1 fast break, and Howard Evans took the jumper. And now they get another crack at it.
When Rutgers had 4-on-1, Littlepage was screaming for a foul at the other end. He should have been more disturbed to see the waste of 4-on-1.
Rivas missed, but a whistle and a foul is going to be called against Rutgers. There you saw the supremacy of the Owls underneath. Rutgers just outgunned, outmanned as Howard Evans pulled up on the 5-on-1 miss. Temple got another shot at it, and then 2 more opportunities. 14.5 minutes remaining. Temple leads Rutgers 58-35. Back in a moment. After this word, Temple leading big by 23 points with 14.5 minutes remaining. And here's an interesting statistic, Bill, as we look at the comparison Temple front court players to Rutgers in the scoring department.
That last time down the floor, Rutgers a little sloppy with the basketball, and then it became contagious, and Temple became even sloppier with the basketball.
All right, and Temple will inbound. Macon wings it all the way back to Howard Evans near the timeline, and Howard will get it going from there with a fresh 45 on the clock. Mark Macon. Rivas and Curry are posted down low on either side. Frieswick lets fly for 3, and it's missed. And a rebound to Darren Campbell. Campbell out of Spring Garden High School in Washington, a junior. A dangerous outside shooter with 3 3-pointers in that first half. Dixon open, got the layup. Good look by Steve Watson to Miles Dixon for the easy layup. Howard Evans. On the wing, that's Frieswick, and Evans is open. Rivas kept it alive. Macon kept it alive, but here comes Lee Purry to Dixon. Stripped away by Mark Macon into the backcourt. And they're going to rule a backcourt violation. They say that as Macon tipped it away, he got it off the leg of Dixon.
It was a good call by referee Jimmy Huggard.
And Craig Littlepage sets the defense as we take another look at it. There's Macon. The ball was stripped off his hand, and he went back and got it, and there's the violation. Back to live action. Mark Macon swings it out. Howard Evans. 13.5 minutes remaining. Temple up 58-37. They finally get it into Timmy Purry, backing in over Duckett. And John Chaney has to be satisfied with the way things are going tonight. His Owls lead 60-37.
I'm sure he's particularly satisfied with his defense. I don't know how satisfied he is with the continuity of his offense. I've seen it a little better, but defensively he's got to be very pleased.
Steve Watson out front. He's shown some distance shooting in that first half. Here's Darren Campbell.
Although offensively, Harry's going to have about 85 games after what he's doing.
And after the miss, Purry with the rebound, and then he's fouled. So Timmy Purry draws the foul. And checking into the lineup for the Scarlet Knights will be Tom Savage,
That's his second personal foul.
who has really had a cold shooting night, to really underestimate or understate the kind of night that Savage has had tonight. He's like 0 for 8 from the field.
Yeah, his first game Saturday was against St. Joe's. They said he played pretty well, but he's really disappeared tonight.
Transfer from Virginia Tech out of Ewing Township High School. Down low, Timmy Purry works over Duckett again. That's in the bank. Duckett is really outsized down low, and he's taken to the hole there. He's 6'6", and Purry at 6'9". 12 points for Timmy and 8 rebounds and 3 blocks.
Well, Craig's going to have to make a change. Purry's just killing Duckett in there.
This is Savage in front of his coach, Craig Littlepage. They work the perimeter down low. Good look underneath, and Savage can't get it down under. Oh, boy, what a frustrating night for Tommy Savage. He's missed everything. Howard Evans draws the foul. It's going to be called against Craig Carter, number 23. And the Owls will inbound under their own basket with Mark Bacon to toss it in. Savage now 0 for 8. He's missed from distance. He's missed from underneath. Just been one of those nights.
And that's the 16th foul.
And there's Mike Brieswick with a three-pointer. They left him open on the inbounds. Brieswick was wide open. Concentration, mental error, whatever, as Brieswick, a known distance shooter, open off the inbound pass, and he buried 65-37. Now Temple leads Rutgers with 11 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, I just point out the 16th foul with all that time left. That's a lot of fouls.
Scramble forward in front of the Rutgers bench, and the whistle and a foul is going to be called here against Mark Bacon of Temple. Reaching in. And we have a break in the action. John Chaney will talk it over. His Owls lead 65-37.
Temple player to reach 1,000 points. He only needs one more for 1,000 for his career. That's some distinction.
He joins quite an elite bunch, too. You got Al Lear in there, and Guy Rogers, and Nookby, and Nate Blackwell. A lot of great performers here at Temple, and Timmy Purry will put his name right up there with the rest of them. 11 and a half minutes remaining in this one. Temple leads 65-37, and Timmy Purry just collected his 4th block shot. He put his signature on that one.
Here's a reaper on this one. Watch him stuff this one. He does this one from about waist high. He went up and bang.
He almost clubbed his head on that one, too, didn't he? No wonder they put the padding up there. Here's a drive by Tommy Savage, and he drew the foul that time. No wonder they put the padding up there. I thought they put it up there when you played, Bill. That was for jumpers like you, right? Huh?
Yeah. Temple's going to go 8-0 by winning this game. It'll be the best start by a Temple team since 1981. Best start ever for Temple was 1956 when it went 13-0 and wound up 27-4 and got to the Final Four. So they're fooling around with a little history there.
Well, Tom Savage continues his streak. He is shut out from the field and now 0 for 2 from the line. And you can just see the frustration on Savage as Craig Littlepage is up off the bench with a little bit of encouragement for his transfer out of Virginia Tech and Ewing Township High near Trenton. Here's Watson for 3 points. He's got it, his second three-pointer of the night. That was silky smooth by Steve Watson.
So looks like he's going to be a player.
Steve Watson, there was a pretty good football player, came out of Temple by the name of Steve Watson, now in the NFL, of course, with the Denver Broncos.
This Steve Watson is only a sophomore. He's going to be around a while. He's 6'9", big, strong kid.
7 points. The lead, 65-40 for Temple. Down low, Purry will hook it up.
Hello, 1,000. He's over 1,000. He's 1,001.
Yeah, and I think everybody just realizes that here in the crowd. If not momentarily, Mark Bachrod will tell them about it. And here's the ball being presented to Timmy Purry. A brilliant career here at Temple University, 1,001 points. And we'll take another look at it as he goes into the history books.
I'll tell you, Harry, he didn't go over 1,000 on a cheap basket. He really worked for it. This is a brilliant, sensational basket. He got a good one. It's a memorable basket. He'll look at that on the videotape when he's a grandfather, bouncing his grandchildren on his knee and say, see, this got me 1,000.
There's a pretty proud Papa and Mama. Don't be misled by the Rutgers shirt on Mrs. Curry's shirt, because her son Lee, of course, plays with Rutgers for tonight. And right now, the moment belongs to Tim Curry of the Temple University Owls. And I'm sure even brother Lee, who's not out there on the floor right now, who's sitting on the bench.
You know, that's got to be a very, very unusual moment, Harry, for parents to see one kid on one side of the floor and the other kid on the other. It's really got to be a moment to savor.
So Curry goes over 1,000. He missed the free throw. It's 67-40 Temple. Carter nearly lost the handle on it. Gets it back. Curry's got to go with his points. 4 blocks and 9 rebounds and 14 points. Down low they look. Here is Savage and Timmy Curry with his 5th block. And here comes Howard Evans to Mark Macon. Look at him accelerate. Curry will get the slam. And he's fouled.
And how about the pass? How about the pass? That was Curry finishing it off, but how about the pass? Watch the pass by Macon. Here comes Macon penetrating to the paint. Look at the pass. And after that, it's gravy. What a great pass by Mark Macon.
Another angle on it as Howard Evans got the thing going. And here's Macon's look to Timmy Curry, who finishes it off.
I just love the pass. I'll remember that one, and so will Perry.
Back in a moment after a word from all 4,500 of them are seeing some show put on by Temple, and in particular this guy right here, Timmy Curry, who's not only gone over 1,000 points, he's got 5 block shots and just had a spectacular slam off a great feed by Mark Macon.
The second consecutive Monday that you predicted snow, and the first Monday you got it right.
Hey, don't blame me. I just read whatever I'm told. 69-40.
Get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and scare the world to death. Harry Dollar.
Here's Tom Savage on the way. Mark Macon in his face. Watson, who just buried a 3-pointer, works against Breeswick, who got a hand on it. Now Watson's going to have to start all over again. Plenty of time left on the shot clock, 20 seconds.
Man, Breeswick play that dude. Look at him play that dude.
And they thought he's just a shooter. Just a suburban shooter.
I thought he was too.
There's a whistle and a foul against Temple. I believe Timmy Curry reached in and got called for it.
We don't see all the games, but that's the best defense I've ever seen Breeswick play. He's right at it again here in the second half with his team almost 30 points ahead. It's a good thing to see. I'm sure John and Jim Maloney and Jay Norman and Dean Baropoulos are really enjoying that.
Here is Emery Ward to the line. He shoots 67% from the line. He hits the first. That's his first point for Emery Ward. And here comes Timmy Curry. He's probably going to take the rest of the night off. He got over the 1,000-point mark. Curry goes to the bench now.
Dean Demopoulos, Jay Norman, and Jim Maloney do a great job for John Chaney, and he gives them a lot of latitude. They're really a fine coaching staff.
Checking into the lineup, replacing Timmy Curry is Sean Johnson, the junior out of Philadelphia. To inbound Mark Macon for the Owls. 9 minutes and 40 seconds remaining, and Temple out to a 69-42 lead. This is Mike Breeswick on the right wing. Howard Evans, who's been in there all the way at that point guard spot for Chaney. Last year, Nate Blackwell was Chaney's alter ego. This year, it's Howard Evans. Here is a fadeaway shot taken by Mark Macon, and he missed it, but he's fouled. I know out in the Pittsburgh area tonight, somebody who's watching this game with a lot of interest and no doubt satisfaction is former Temple All-American and now a lineman for the Pittsburgh Steelers, John Rainstra, as he takes another look here at Mark Macon.
You see Breeswick get pushed hard that time by Tom Savage, who's really had a difficult night. Here's Breeswick.
Breeswick missed, and the rebound taken by the Scarlet Knights, Emery Ward. And here comes Craig Carter. This guy's always up there in RPMs, isn't he? And Johnson with the rebound after Ward's miss. He looked for the foul, but no whistle. Howard Evans.
Sean Johnson, a 6'7" junior, local boy here in Philadelphia.
Breeswick got it off. Johnson with the tip. Still a loose ball. And look at Breeswick and Watson battle for it off Watson. Temple basketball. Frieswick was back near half court when he saw that loose ball, and he just went right for it. And Watson beat him to it, but knocked it out of bounds. So the Owls inbound with Mark Macon going to Mark Frieswick. 69-42. It's been Temple all the way. The Owls jumped out to a big lead early and have maintained it. Down low, Johnson with position in the layup. Good look, the 10th assist of the night for Howard Evans.
Nice pass by Evans.
First two for Johnson. Here comes Tom Savage trying to get one down. No, tapped up, miss. Savage fights for the rebound and he draws the foul. You can say this about the kid, though, Bill. He's hanging in there.
He has hung in there. He's battled hard. He's faced a lot of adversity tonight. Played very tight the first half. Rivas is going out of the game, and Coswell is coming into the game.
Ramon almost took referee Jerry Donaghy with him. Donaghy was over there giving the information on the foul, and he inadvertently stepped in the path of big Ramon Rivas. You don't want to do that when you're Jerry Donaghy at about, what, 5'10", 160 pounds. And Ramon with another foot on it. Savage finally gets it down. First point of the night for Tom Savage after he drew blanks from the field and from an earlier trip to the line. Tom Savage, lots going to be counting on him over the next 3 years at Rutgers. Transferred from Virginia Tech back to New Jersey. Played his first collegiate game after becoming eligible last Saturday, and now he'll leave the floor. And he's replaced by Mark Peterson, senior, 6'9", out of Oak Hill, West Virginia.
Chaney's got two of his starters on the bench now, Perry and Rivas. He'll probably gradually get these other kids some playing time and try to hold this thing down a little bit.
Mark Macon working. Go, gets his own rebound. Missed again, gets another rebound and can't get it down, but he's fouled. Mark Macon with 3 opportunities, 2 offensive rebounds, and now he goes to the line.
First shot was sort of a jump hook. I never saw him take that shot before. There's a little shot that could be described as a jump hook. Misses it, puts it up again, misses it, puts it up again. And finally gets to the foul line.
Reminiscent of that game at UCLA we did a month ago when he made that same left-handed move across the lane. Of course, the situation was a little bit different. I think we were involved in about a 4-point game at that point.
It's just hard to contemplate what this kid will be in 2 or 3 years playing for Chaney and Maloney or these guys. He's a great player right now.
The stoic Mark Macon hits them both, 73-44. Temple leads with just over 8 minutes remaining in this Atlantic 10 game. The Owls trying to improve their overall mark to 8-0 and 4-0 in the Atlantic 10 Conference. This is Darren Campbell. He's been quiet here in the second half. Everson working against Coswell, and Coswell got the rebound. Macon on the baseline tells Frieswick where to go. Here's Coswell working against Everson. He got it. 6 points for the sophomore out of the Bronx. And Temple's lead now at 75-44.
Everson's a 7-footer.
Campbell hit the jump. That's probably the closest in shot he's taken all night. And Darrell Campbell got it from just inside the free throw line.
The one thing that Rutgers has going for it is that it's youth. A lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores, and a lot of kids who are going to be around here a long time.
The Knights continue with that man-to-man pressing defense.
Craig Littlepage told me tonight he hopes to have some good news on his recruiting. Letters of intent or oral agreements in January. He needs some help.
We have wholesale changes now. West Virginia, the only team to spoil that run of 40 straight by the Owls here at McGonigal Hall. And they're talking about building another arena that would seat maybe 10, 12,000 on campus.
Rutgers won 73 of its last 75 in this building.
Here is Darren Campbell for another 3-point shot. Missed it. And the rebound is tracked down by Emory Ward. Down low and going up and getting fouled is Campbell again. He'll go to the line. 6.5 minutes remaining on the adjusted scoreboard clock. And through the line for the Scarlet Knights after a foul by Sean Johnson of Temple. Number 30. This is Darren Campbell out of Washington's McKinley High School, averaging just under 10 points a game. He's hit 3 3-pointers, totaling up to 14 points on the night. So he's over his average, and he misses his first.
Tim Curry also tonight passed Granger Hall for 5th place in the all-time Temple rebounding list.
1 for 2 is Campbell. Timmy Prairie, we told you, over 1,000, 1,003 now in his career. He also has 790 career rebounds for Timmy Prairie. He also has unofficially 5 blocked shots tonight. He has played spectacularly. Here is Howard Evans, and Carter won't give him an inch. Down low, Dwayne Coswell. Johnson with the offensive board, lost the handle on it, and there's Lee Prairie, Tim Prairie's younger brother, is in there now for the Knights with the rebound. Emery Ward gets caught up with Jerome Dowdell, and they're going to call a foul against Emery Ward.
I'd like to see that again. Let's see if he had his feet planted. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Looks like they made the call correctly.
All right, the foul is the third against Emery Ward. The next Temple home game is going to be Thursday, January 14th. There at McGonigal Hall. LaSalle will visit with Lionel Simmons. LaSalle is going to be returning some tickets, and they'll go on sale for anybody who wants one Thursday of this week. Breezewig missed, and Johnson battles forward and got it on the baseline in front of Lee Prairie, and they'll start all over with a fresh 45. Howard Evans is still in there for the Owls. He's like John Chaney's security blanket on the court, Bill. I think John's afraid what would happen if Howard stepped out.
You consider that Blackwell did all this for the last couple of years. Evans has adjusted well. Although at West Philadelphia High School he played the point.
Breezewig buries the three-point shot. 78-47 on the three by Mike Breezewig. That is his third three-pointer. 17 points on the night for Breezewig. The pass goes inside, and a block shot by Coswell against Mark Peterson.
He didn't know he had the ball. Peterson came as a big surprise to him.
Breezewig, three-point range, fires away. Dowdell. Offensive rebound and a layup for Jerome Dowdell. His first two of the night out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Getting a little more playing time. Maybe that was a fine play by Dowdell.
Emery Ward. Down low it goes to Peterson, backing up against Coswell. Whistle and a foul against Temple.
I think most Eastern College basketball fans will agree that the three officials that are working this game, Jimmy Huggard, Mickey Crowley, and Jerry Donahue, are three of the very best around. They do a very consistent job.
There go two of the dependables for John Chaney out of the lineup, Mike Breezewig and Howard Evans, and replacing them, Sean Randolph, the freshman and sophomore Ernest Pollard out of Philadelphia's Roman Catholic High School.
There's the other kid who lost a year last year and he's reclaimed his eligibility. It'll be interesting to see who's going to handle the ball now for the Owls. Who's going to bring it up, and the attack is going to revolve around whom. We'll see after these fouls are shot.
Peterson makes one of two, and Coswell sweeps the rebound after the miss.
Jerome Dowdell is going to bring it up.
80-48. Temple leads Rutgers. Here's a steal.
He throws it away. Right away.
And the layup off that steal converted by Miles Dixon.
Dowdell will hear about that. He brought it up and threw it away.
Howard Evans and Mark Making, the starting guards for Temple, on the bench now, as Randolph works the backcourt with Jerome Dowdell. This is Dowdell. He's a great shooter from the outside. His pass deflected out of bounds. He tried to go to Sean Johnson inside, and Lee Prairie whacked it away. Now we've got wholesale substitutions now as Everson checks into the lineup for Rutgers, along with number 42, Chris Whitman, replacing Lee Prairie and Duran Campbell.
Temple will have a 90-point game, even with all of these changes. They're at 80 already.
Down low it goes, and this is Coswell. He got Everson off his feet, and he can't get it down, but he drew the foul. Dwayne Coswell working inside against the 7-footer Everson, and he got Everson to commit the foul.
Coswell 6'11". You've got to wonder what kind of a team Temple would have had last year if Coswell had been able to play, and if Pollard had been able to play. They were 32-4 without him.
Coswell with 6 points, and he's still stuck on 6 after that miss. He's got 5 rebounds. Let's see here. I believe this may be a career high for Dwayne Coswell.
Well, he is a big, strong kid, 6'11". You can imagine what a help he is. He played very well tonight.
And he makes it. So Coswell 1 for 2, 7 points. We've got just over 4 minutes remaining, and Temple's lead 81-50.
The other kid, Pollard, wearing number 10 for Temple, is 6'7".
Here is a blocking foul called on the baseline. It'll send to the line Mark Peterson. So Peterson's earning his trips to the line, and Coswell picked up the foul.
There it is. You're getting another shot at it right here. Coswell takes up a little space too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he sure does. Boy, John's got some, as they say, wide bodies. He can start them. He can bring them off the bench. Temple goes 8-9 deep, no doubt about it.
Temple's ambition, of course, is to get past the second round of the NCAA tournament. They've never gotten past that second round, and they really want to do it this year. And everyone thinks they have a realistic chance with a fine talent that Chaney has at his disposal and the excellent way in which he disciplines.
Peterson makes both, and he's got 3. The Temple lead now, as they have yet to put up the points. 81-52. Temple leads it. Pressure. Here's Sean Randall, or Ernest Pollard in the backcourt. And his pass is stolen at midcourt. Peterson pulls up at the foul line. Dowdell keeps it alive, and he's going to be called, I believe, for coming over the top. Or do we have a Rutgers person? They're going the other way. The fouls are going to be against the Scarlet Knights.
I shouldn't say Temple's never gotten past the second round. They got to the Final Four when they went 27-4 in 1956, but the tournament was a lot different then than it is now.
They lost to that Kentucky team, didn't they, back then? That was the Guy Rogers, Hal Lear squad for Harry Lidwag.
And now they start out with 64 teams, and it's a different tournament than it used to be, but they did get to the Final Four in 55-56. There's Craig Littlepage and Tom Crowley and John Chaney, the Temple coach.
And here's Jerome Dowdell on the line for Temple. I told you Jerome out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Littlepage coached at Penn. Crowley was there with him. And
also Tommy Haggerty, who played at St. Joe's, coached at St. Joe's, went up to Rutgers with Craig Littlepage when Craig got the job there 3 years ago. Dowdell makes both. It's now 83-52 Temple. We've got 3:43 left.
Craig's other assistants, Bill Kilduff and Gene Nieberlein.
Look at his pressure. Pollard and Shaw Johnson on the trap, and it forces the turnover. Dowdell comes up with it.
Good defense.
Henry Ward threw it away on the trap. Pollard in low. Coswell, strong move. Down. Let's see. They're going to wave it off. They're going to say that Coswell touched it on the rim. Dwayne just trying to make sure it went in. He wasn't too subtle about it, was he?
It looked like they made the right call. Crowley waved it off from the mid-court line, and here they go up after. There it is. They tapped it back in. No question about it. These 3 guys, Huggard, Crowley, and Donahue, have really done a good job of that.
Now you know the reason for bend-away rims, right? 83-52. Temple trying to put the icing on this one. This is Whitman. Good look inside. Everson with the left-hand hook, and run down in the corner by Peterson. Another chance at it. Whitman will put it up. And finally, Pollard sweeps the board. Randolph. We've got a 2-on-4. Sean Randolph. Johnson. And finally, Rutgers comes away with it. Tom Savage back in there, gets the rebound. For Rutgers, this is Miles Dixon working with Savage.
Randolph from Saginaw, Michigan came with Macon, didn't he?
Yeah, that was part of the package. Everson is rejected by Coswell. Another block for Dwayne. And here comes Jerome Dowdell. Play getting a little helter-skelter here in the final 4 minutes. We've got 2.5 minutes remaining, and Temple up 83-52. Ernest Pollard is short, but there's Sean Johnson fading away. Loose ball. And battle for it, and here's Whitman coming away with it for Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. Good baseline move by Miles Dixon for the layup. Good reach around left hand and give the basket to Miles Dixon. 83-54 Temple, under 2 minutes to play.
Dixon, a junior from Jersey City, has played hard all night.
Coswell backing in over Everson. He got it.
So Coswell, huh?
Yeah, he's coming to play tonight, a career high for him.
He may get to play other nights the way he's playing.
He's got 9 points. He's probably dying to crack double figures. Minute 38 to play. Peterson. Dixon had the open shot. No harm, no foul. And there's Tom Savage burying his first field goal, and he gets a 3-pointer out of it.
He waited a long time for that one.
So the patience paid off. Here's Pollard run down low. Sean Johnson. And a whistle. We got a foul called off the ball. No, we got a 3-second or walking. whatever. 3 seconds is the violation against Temple. Darren Pearsall checks back for Temple. And there goes Sean Johnson to the Owls bench. And Craig Littlepage still encouraging his Knights with 1:17 left. And Temple about ready to seal its 8th straight win. Down low, Everson trying to maneuver. He was caught there behind the backboard, actually. He had no place to go up, and he lost it. So the turnover forced by Temple, and here comes Jerome Dowdell. The final minute of play. Jump shot is missed by Sean Randolph. Pearsall is slugged into the wall nearly by Whitman inadvertently, but boy, Darren really took a punch. Out of bounds. And they're not even going to call a foul. They're just going to let Temple inbound. Now they are going to call the foul. Let's watch Whitman here. He really clubs. Look at this. Bang. There goes Darren Pearsall to the floor. So the foul against Whitman's is first, and Pearsall now to the line. Individually for Temple tonight, Frieswick with 17 and Timmy Purry with 16 to go over the 1,000-point mark in his career. Macon 14, Evans 10, Rivas 9. And from the line, Rutgers, a disappointing 8 misses. Temple's been there 27 trips. Pearsall now trying to make the second of 2, and he missed. Loose ball, and Dixon comes away with it for Rutgers.
And the Owls defense, just a big effort tonight on that end of the floor. Good offense, blowing out of defense. They really played tough D tonight.
Baseline move, Savage. He made sure he got that one. So Savage with a 3 and a slam. And in the final 30 seconds, Temple has an 86-58 lead. Pollard up off the top of the backboard, violation, and it'll be Rutgers ball. Campbell, Darren Campbell, played Rutgers tonight with 15 points. Down low, Everson, left-hand hook. So Tom Everson, the sophomore out of Brentwood, hits that left-hand hook. It's 86-60. We've got 8 seconds to play. Darren Pearsall working in the corner. Coswell, he's in double figures if they allow it. No, they're going to say that the ball was behind the backboard and hit one of those support pipes. So in the final 3 seconds, Rutgers will inbound. Here comes Dixon. 2 seconds, 1 second, that's it. It's over. Temple has increased its record to 8-0. The Owls win 86-60. Coming up, we'll be talking to that man, John Chaney, and his star, Tim Purry. Final score there. Most of what you saw tonight from your Owls.
Well, I was pretty happy with the fact that the guards, I thought, played very well. And, of course, Timmy, I think, did a very good job. It's a while there before he got that 13th point. So we were pretty worried about that. But other than that, I was very happy with the performance.
Very special night for Timmy. It came in front of his parents as they were also watching their other son play. And I know a guy like you, a parent, and a guy who stresses so much of family involvement and everything like that, it had to be a special night for you.
Well, I think it's very special because Timmy, we've had him ever since he was a pup. I mean, he was a kid that came in. He wasn't a blue chipper. And he's developed into an all-American basketball player. And everybody around the country is looking at him. And I'm just very happy with his overall development. And his brother is learning also. I think this is just his second year. So they got a room for Tim Perry in Freehold right now.
Well, listen, let's bring on the big guy now. Timmy, come on up here. This is your night. You did it on family night here at McGonigal Hall, right, with your parents watching, your brother Lee on the court. And maybe you could just share with us what it meant for you to go over 1,000 points on this particular evening.
Well, right now, I'm pretty happy that I made the 1,000-point club because as a freshman, I didn't really think I was going to even get that close. So I'm pretty proud of it.
You really worked for this two-pointer, too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Look at it. You got it up. What kind of a shot was that? Timmy, a little improvisation there?
Well, in the beginning, I just went up to the jump hook, and I got fouled, so I had to alter my shot a little bit.
All right. Let's talk, John, too, about another guy who gave you a good outing tonight in the middle, Dwayne Coswell. He really came along tonight. I think he finished with double figures.
Well, I think Dwayne is very much like Timmy in his first year. He didn't get a chance to play last year. And I think right now we're trying to nurture his development. I think he's going to come along real good. But I think the key to everything was just Howie Evans, the way he masterminded the floor for us. And that, I think, was more important than anything else.
Timmy, people around the country are hearing a lot more and seeing a lot more of the Temple Owls. You're 6th in the ratings. I know John doesn't care about rankings right now. You want to know where you stand at the end. But how good can this Temple team be, do you think?
I really can't tell you. Basically, we're just going to take one game at a time, just work on there.
All right, and you have a big one coming up here soon against LaSalle and also the University of Pennsylvania. So here, not only in the Atlantic 10, but also outside the conference, you've got some big games, UNLV and North Carolina as well.
Yes, UNLV, they're going to be a very tough team. And I think just about all the teams we play are going to be very tough because since we ranked number 6 in the country, every team come at us very hard.
Well, great game tonight, Timmy Perry. Congratulations to you and also to Coach John Chaney. Thanks for joining us too, gentlemen. All right, that wraps it up. Bill Campbell, final score 86-60. The Owls had their way all the way.
Was he happy with his defense?
He was happy with just about everything. I don't see how the man couldn't be. He says that everybody did practically what he thought they were supposed to do, and he was especially happy that Timmy Perry did it the way he did tonight in front of his family and against his brother. So,
I think it was equally significant. He got a lot of kids, a lot of playing time tonight. A lot of kids who ordinarily wouldn't get to play. Saw a lot of action tonight in an overwhelming victory.
Tonight's presentation of Creative Sports Marketing. The executive producer, Mike Wells, producer for tonight's game, Brake Carey, the director, Gary Clem, the associate director, Vicki Haggerty. And while we show